Welcome to this week's episode of 60 Seconds with the Superintendent. Well, as you can tell, I'm at Strongsville High School, and today we're going to meet up with Ms. Maher's class to learn about a project-based learning experience that our science students are having. Let's take a look.
Ecology is the study of living things and their interaction with the environment.
So I teach AP Environmental Science here at the high school, and this is my third year teaching that class, and over the summer I had the opportunity to take a class on project-based learning. And so I thought it would be a great way to try it out with my environmental science class. So we started off the year with a project on ecological footprint, and the students had to figure out what their ecological footprint was and then refine that by doing audits at home to analyze their waste use, their transportation, their electricity consumption, and their water. Project-based learning was a complete shift in the way that I teach, and it was a complete shift in the way that students learn. It put more responsibility on the students to take ownership of their learning. It promoted collaboration. There was a component of peer review, and it allowed me as a teacher to get out amongst the students and really work with them on an individual basis instead of spending my time in front of the classroom. So this was a little bit of a struggle, I think, for almost all students, because it was a completely different way of learning. I gave them the tools for what they needed, but they had to really take all the information and they had to synthesize it all together and make sense of it. So it was a really powerful way of learning. So I learned a lot as a teacher by doing this project. It was a complete change for me as well. So I'm going to take the best components of the first project and wrap that into the second project, and we're going to be studying what impact would an addition on the high school have on the surrounding environment.
And I can come up here, there's Westwood.
I think the best part about this project is hearing the student feedback. They learned a lot, they were amazed at some of the things they learned, and they had to share this information with their parents. And I've got feedback from some of their parents saying it was very eye-opening. This project was about making awareness about small things that we can do to change the environment.
Environmental science is probably one of the best courses here to offer. It's a real-world class where it's going to really bring you down to earth and kind of experience what our environment is on a daily, and I think that's so important for everyone to learn.
Well, we did peer review, so we got to see what our classmates were doing, and we gave each other advice. So that was really interesting because you got to learn things from them and they got to learn things from you. So you were really collaborating everything. All your information was conjoined together.
It's kind of scary what's going on right now, what we're doing to our environment. So that was my favorite part of the class. We got to learn about how I personally affect the environment. It's just interesting to learn about the environment and the effects that we're having on it.
Third period is always the highlight of my day. I come here and it's always hands-on learning. I never get tired in this class. I really like how I get to engage with the other students in this, and we always work together. And it's real-life problems that we're dealing with, which I really like.
I think they've learned a lot more than they initially thought they were learning. They were having too much fun to learn, is I think what some of them were thinking.
So, as I'm sure you've probably heard from your high school students, when am I ever going to use this? Why do I need to learn this? Well, I think what we've seen today is that when we focused on real-world projects, when we focus on collaborating, listening, and communicating with one another, this is not just about science, but it's about skills that'll last beyond high school that we'll take whether we go into career, college, or the military. So thanks to Ms. Maher and all of our teachers for integrating project-based learning into what they do in our classrooms each day. As always, thanks for watching, and go make it a great Mustang week.